Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Adriana. This is a video I have tried to make for the past year, literally. And every time I try to ignore it to make this video and try to just post something normal, I never upload it just because it doesn't feel right. I have been so embarrassed and sad over the topic of this video. I felt super disappointed in myself, and this is something that I probably know I'm gonna get super judged on, and I know that people are probably gonna make fun of me after I make this, but I don't care. I am done trying to seem perfect, and I'm done trying to hide and feel ashamed of something that I shouldn't feel ashamed over. So this is gonna be why I dropped out of college. Okay, so technically I did not drop out, okay? I took a year break, or I'm taking a year break off. So pretty much when I went into college in August, I went to a school in a completely different state, very, very, very far away from my home here in New York. And at the time, I thought it was the best decision for me. And, you know, throughout high school, I really don't like, looking back, I really don't like who I was. I was very angry all the time, and I took my anger out on a lot of people. So I thought that the only way I could succeed in life is if I went to a school far away, with a, like, you know, in a dorm, and have that real college experience. And I thought if you didn't have that, then you pretty much suck. And that was my mentality, which is so freaking disgusting because it's just not true. College is college, education is an education, and shaming other people for wanting to have a different education is completely fucking stupid. So I know that now, but at the time I just didn't. So I pushed myself to go to the school that I just wasn't 100% sure in, but I just thought, you know what, hey, who cares about the money? Who cares that I may not feel comfortable there? It doesn't matter because this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to go to a school out of state and have that real college experience, you know? So I did it, even though there were so many better options for me, so many financially better options for me, just so much more comfortable options for me, but I chose the most uncomfortable thing for me to do. Now, aside from that, there was a lot of things I just didn't like about this school. On paper, this school seemed much more different than it was in person, and I tried to ignore that, but after 2 weeks there, I was like, I can't ignore this shit. So I came home here. Also, it was during a fucking pandemic, you know, and I just thought it would be better for me to try to stay safe, because comes to find out, when I came back and I took a COVID test, I had the antibody. So I must have gotten it when I was there at school, and people at school weren't really regulated to wear masks, and they weren't really taking it seriously. I'm not going to mention the name of this school because I really just don't want to get sued, and I don't want to put that onto the school, you know. It's over and done with, whatever. So yeah, I came back and I started to do online school, and I quickly realized I am not one to learn online. I can't learn through a freaking computer screen. I can barely learn in a classroom when there's an actual teacher right in front of me. So online school was just so much more harder for me. And I started to fail and flunk out of my classes. And I quickly became really ashamed of myself because all my other peers, it seemed like in high school, and people I saw on my Instagram feed seemed to be getting school so much easier than I was, and seemed to be handling things so much better than I was. I quickly fell into a really bad depression. I never been so sad in my life, I think. And you know, I have suffered with depression my whole entire life, and not just the feeling of sadness, because that's not just what depression is. Depression comes in different emotions and waves, but I've never felt so sad. And I've never been more disappointed in myself, because I was not only flunking, but I was comparing myself to all these other people who I saw that seemed to be getting everything so much better than me. And I felt like I let my family down, and I disappointed my mom. And you know, the world prepares you for heartbreak when it comes at the hand of somebody else, but they never prepare you for heartbreak that you've created yourself when you break your own heart. And I broke my heart. I really felt like I failed in like life. I thought there was no way out. I thought that I was just destined to fail. And looking back at it now and hearing myself say this again, it sounds so stupid, because that's obviously not the case. But at the time, I swear this felt like the biggest thing in my life. I was so embarrassed to tell my friends that, you know, I sucked at school and I wasn't getting it and I was failing. And I was scared to tell my mom how I felt. I would lie to her and tell her I went to classes when I didn't, but I actually stood in bed all day crying, depressed, sad, anxious about what my future had to hold, because it became this cycle of I need to go to class because I need to pass, but when I'm there I don't know anything, so what's the point of me even going? But if I don't go, what will happen with me in the future? And it became this really vicious, toxic cycle that I created in my head. And I really believed in my head that everyone around me was disappointed in me and hated me, and I felt super embarrassed. And I became the one thing in high school I resented and I made fun of. And if that isn't the biggest thing of biggest slap in the face that karma can give you, I don't know what is. So my mom realized, you know, my daughter is not the same. I really wasn't the same. From October to December, I became this completely different person. And I'm not even trying to be like fucking funny. Like, I really am serious. Looking back, I've never felt so dark in my life. So my mom decided, she was like, you know what, I think you should get a therapist. I think you should talk to someone. Because for a long time, I've told my mom before I've wanted a therapist, but she's always been like this type of parent that's like, you know, like, you can talk to me or whatever. But at this point, she was like, yeah, no, this isn't working. I think you need to talk to someone, like a professional. Talk to a therapist. And obviously, I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety. I also was diagnosed with something else, but I want to leave that for like a separate video. You know, she asked me so many questions, and she was like, Adriana, why do you feel this way? Why did you feel like you need to leave school? That was the first question she asked me about this topic. And I told her, I was like, because I was embarrassed to say it, but I was like, I want to be close to my mom. I want to be close to home. I want to be close to my family. Um, I don't, I like the independency of being alone, but I don't like like physically feeling alone. I don't like being alone. And she told me, why do you feel as though that's not normal? Why do you feel as though other teenagers your age don't feel that way? And I was just like, because everyone else doesn't look like they're feeling that way. And she's like, she opened my mind and said, social media is fake and people put out the best versions of themselves. Like I did. I tried to ignore everything on social media and just put out the best happy, bubbly version of myself, when in reality, I was crumbling inside. So she opened my eyes, and I realized what I was feeling was so completely normal. You know, not only was there a worldwide pandemic, but also just I was I'm a young teenager. At the time I was 17, 18, trying to make such a huge decision and having the pressure of something I put on myself to execute. And I felt ashamed about something that was so normal. I think we as a society really try to really push teenagers straight out of high school, kids literally straight out of high school, into such a big commitment, especially something that can cost you money and time. And people just don't tell you enough, especially during a pandemic. They didn't tell me it's okay to hit pause and take a pause. So that's what I did. I withdrew from school because, one, I just genuinely did not like the school I was in. And also, I needed that time to figure out what I really wanted to do and stop wasting my time and money that I don't have to do it. I really realized I don't want to be a criminal psychologist. I just thought it sounded pretty, and it does. It sounds fucking gorgeous. I would love to say I would want to be a criminal psychologist in the future, and that's what's gonna make me happy every time I get up in the morning to go to work, but it's not. I need to figure out what I'm passionate about and what I want to study for the next 4 years, and what I feel like would wake me up in the morning happy. I also I'm tired of just settling, and I feel like I settled for so much in my life, but I'm done doing it. So yeah, I'm taking right now. I took some of the spring semester off, and I have to pay that back, so I'm taking that off, and I'm taking this semester off, and hopefully I can start school again soon. But I want to make it clear that it's so normal to just wait just a little and figure out what it is you really want to do, and you don't have to feel like you need to rush to do something just because everyone else is doing it. Like I said, I didn't want to upload this because I felt really ashamed and embarrassed, and I was scared of what other people were gonna say, and that I was gonna be laughed at, and people were gonna, make jokes about me. But I just don't care anymore, because at the end of the day, they're not living my life. I am. This is my life, and I'm the only one that can control it, and I'm the only one that can make sure I'm happy in the end. And if taking a break from school and realizing what it is I want and just working and paying off the school that I didn't even want to go to is gonna do that for me, then that's what I need to do. And that's what I am doing. So I just want everyone to realize that it's okay to make a mistake, and it's not like it's the end of the world. I am still young. I am 19. If everything goes on track, after this, I'll be graduating at 22, 23 years old from college. And that's like, that seems normal to me. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I realized that like my journey in all of this isn't like really normal, but you know, it's not fucking normal. A pandemic, that's not normal. So, you know, who's to say? And who cares? At the end of the day, who fucking cares? So yeah, I wanted to make this video, like I said, because I just couldn't keep on making normal videos without addressing something like this, because obviously I need to address it. So yeah, I want to make new videos after this, and I want to try to be a little more consistent, but I can't make any promises. But I'll try. And yeah, I already have a few new videos in mind that I want to do. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and just try to remember that, you know, the journey may be super fucking bumpy, but the destination is still there. It's still in sight, and you know, you're gonna get through everything. And it's okay to seek for help, and it's okay to click pause, and it's okay to make a mistake and make mistakes. And yeah, also I realized I forgot to mention, I do look a little different. If you're wondering what it is that looks so different, I got my braces off and I have a septum piercing now. I have a video of my braces removal, so I'm gonna be showing that to y'all whenever I can. So yeah, sorry I forgot to mention it, but yeah, bye guys. Please subscribe, by the way.